This time we're going to look at references and locking references. So if I go to this cell with the formula we worked out before, we see there's a 0.65 in here, which is the RMF at surface conditions, ambient conditions. So if I change that reference to this cell here, P2, and hit the enter, the formula. But if I copy this cell down, you can see it goes to 0 because the reference isn't locked. So each of these cells is referring to the next cell down. You can see this by clicking on there, you can see where the references are working. So if I go back to the P2 and I say I want to lock it at F2, so I just put a $sign in there before that, that will stop it at the second row. So when I copy down, it all works. It just gives it, so it will keep referring to the same spot. So that's for copying downwards. If you're copying across, so I wanted to go across, you see this cell doesn't work anymore. That's because it's pointing to the wrong places. So what I needed to do was put this cell back where it should be, this cell back where it should be, and in this case, for the cell M, I put a $sign before the M. That would lock that one, that row, that column as an M column. So we'll go back to here and do it here. So we'll make the $P on the front here, we'll lock that one there, and I put a $M on that one, we'll lock it to that column too. So now if I copy over and check the references, we're still pointing at the correct places. So I could copy the same thing down again and it'll reproduce that column exactly the same. So the first dollar blocks a column, and the second $1 locks the cell, so it locks the row, so it's pointing at exactly the same place, or for all versions. In this way, in this case, we look here, we see it's just locking the column, so I can move from one column to the next, it's copy from one column to the next, but it still points at the original column. Hopefully that's easy to follow. Thanks.